Unscripted with Katherine, and I'm Katherine, so welcome today. So we're gonna just wait to see who's joining us. I'm a little bit earlier, I'm a little bit late, depends on which way my clock is on my computer today. And so hopefully if you are here, you can give me a wave or a hello. Hello, Barbara, welcome, welcome. I'm glad that you are here today. So for the last few weeks, 2 weeks, we've been making cards. And I know cards shouldn't take this long, but sometimes we get carried away making them. And so this is part 3, hopefully part 3 of 3 for making cards this week, because I don't want to spend more time on cards. Well, I always make more cards, so it's kind of, you know, a thing, but and I actually need more cards because more birthdays are coming up and there's some other things in life that happened, and so we need more cards, and so it's a good thing that we're almost done. So let's get this party started for everybody. All right, so let's just do a quick recap for anyone that's just joining us. So the first week we made these, hello Kat and hello Michelle. So the first week we made these like backings for our cards, and this is all used with scrap paper, and we did like 1.5 inch wide by whatever long of scrap paper. And I made a bunch of these. I think I only ended up making maybe 4 of them online during the live session because I got carried away chatting and trying to find paper that I liked, and it wasted more time than I wanted. So now I've got a few. I made a few more, probably not enough, but whatever. So we did that week 1, and then week 2, we went into Canva and we started to learn how to make some sentiments or snag some free sentiments. And so I took a whole bunch of these sentiments, and when I was doing my video, I was trying to keep the sizes decent, but for a lot of them the sizes were too big. So after the show I went and I made some smaller ones so that we can use some smaller ones. Now I have huge stacks of sentiments and like images or whatever we could use for events that are coming up. Oh, and Father's Day is coming up. Father's Day. So don't forget, we got to do Father's Day cards too. Good thing I was paying attention the other day. Hello from New Westminster, BC, Canada. My first visit to this series. Hello, Susan. I'm also from Canada, so I'm glad to have another Canadian here. It's always nice to see Canadians joining us. So Susan, hopefully you got the beginning part. We made these backgrounds, which was part 1 of the series. We made these part 2 of the series. And so the one thing that I did before this episode today, I went back, and the ones that we did make the other week, even though they were too big, I cut them out because they can still be used. Now, I know they're bigger than what I had envisioned, so I'm just going to show you like that. It's kind of big, but we can still make this work. So we can keep all the big ones that we made last week and all the small ones. And so what we want to do, I've got a lot of paper because I just have a lot of paper. And so I bought these like pieces of paper. I don't know what to call them. They're cardstock, I guess, but they're like pre-cut small pieces, and they were super cheap at the dollar store. And they had like these white packs, and then they had this like, I'm going to call it a multicolor pack, but I don't have very many colors left because I've used so many of them for cards. But there used to be a blue and a yellow and a green, and there's these like greenish ones. So I've got a few of these left. I might have to go out and buy some more in the coming days after I finish making all these cards. So these are roughly, let me just do my magic here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.25 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5. So 8.25 by 5.5, roughly. And so we measured these out. Well, we actually folded it because this is the part where we get to put this all together. So we folded this card in half, and then we had like 4 1/8 by 4.5, roughly, let's say. So we put a little bit of a, reduce the size a bit, so now I've got, this card can go on here like this. So I can have a white background, or I can have a beige, well, I'll say beige or brown or pink or whatever colors that I want. So we've got those options, and then I'm all over the place, and I'm sorry that I'm scattered, and then we're going to put these sort of sentiments on them. So before we get started, I have to find my glue because I forgot my glue. So bear with me for 1 second. All right, I'm back. I've got my glue. So the first thing that we want to do, well, I don't know if it's the first thing. I'm going to walk through some ideas because I have a lot of things here, and I've got like a million ideas in my head. these are all sentiments now that we can use. So like just, you got this, for example. Just bear with me for a second. I might not make this card today. I might not even put this on one of these backgrounds. But I can save all of these sentiments, the graduation hat, the diploma, the thank you, the thinking of you, the happy birthday, or whatever. I can save all these sentiments that I'm not currently using today in my little card box so that later on, all I need to do is like, bam, card done. When I need a happy birthday card, but I'm not making it, not in the mood to make it today. So if that makes sense. So whatever we don't use today, we can save. So what I need to do is I've got to start off with this. I got a pile of these guys here, and I'm going to put some sentiments on my pre-existing pieces because that was where this all started out. We started off with this stuff. So I'm going to just randomly, oh, and I forgot, sorry. Last week I found this piece of scrap paper when I was putting things away or moving things around. When you have these sentiments, you can put them on like a background like this one here. Let me see if I can get this lined up because my hands are not cooperating today. So you can put that on a background and then to like let it pop, add it on top of one of the other backgrounds. So that's another option. And I really like this yellow. So this thinking of you is going to go with this yellow. So if you want to add additional backgrounds to make the card pop, you can. And now for the most of these, I'll be using glue. My computer's glitching here, so hopefully you can still see me. For most of these, I'm going to be using glue, but if you want, bear with me as I try to grab some stuff from under my desk here. There's also this cool stuff. This is like double-sided foam tape, like this, and it comes in these little strips. And this also works nicely to give your card a little bit more pop. So we may or may not use that. We'll see how we're feeling as we're doing this. And also on the other side, because I've got bins everywhere, if you don't want to use glue, my kids were in here snooping the other day, and I guess they stole it. But if you have like one of those tape ribbon things where you can just like tape it instead, I had one in this bin, but it's been snitched by some children, so I don't have it anymore, so I can't show it to you. So those are the options. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this thinking of you first, because I need a thinking of you card for a friend. And I need to open my glue. And I used to have a really cool pin in my glue, and I broke it. And I don't want to spend $1,000 on a whole new glue tip kit. Well, that's like 15 bucks or 20 bucks. I don't feel like spending that much money on a whole new glue tip kit when I can just suffer with a regular pin for 5 minutes. So bear with me. All right, done. Got it. Now we're going to pour the glue. So glue onto here. And this is going to go onto my yellow. So how's everyone doing today? We finally had some sun yesterday here. Yes. And it was warm. Like it was like 30 degrees Celsius. So I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit. But it was warm here. Finally. It's been so cold. It's like warm for one day and then it's cold again. And so it was warm yesterday. So this guy's glued on. So this is the first one that we're going to do. So let me know what the weather's like where you guys are. And we're going to see which one this kind of looks good on. So that one is not too bad. I just want to see, oh, I've got an idea. So let's see this one here. I like this one. How's that look? I think that looks good. Or maybe this one. That's better. This is where this is going to go. Okay. So we're going to just good, just hot. All right, so this is the card that's going to go on here. And I'm going to put this high. I'm going to put some sticky tape on the back here. And we're going to stick this on. I like this. And we're going to try to maybe I'm going to put it off a little bit on an angle just to make everything go weird on it. And I, of course, forgot to put my garbage can close to my workspace, so we will have a big mess when we are done, just like practice. Okay, so that's the first one. And then this, I think we're going to do on a white background. That looks nice, don't you think? I like how that looks. So that's what we're going to do with this card. And now I'm just going to glue the second half on because I don't like cards to be too huge. because then they don't, like, it's hard to put them into envelopes. It's hard to deal with them. So we're going to put this here. And that's one card done. Boom. So what do we got? We've also got thunderstorms and rain galore, but it's keeping the heat down. Hazy day in northern Minnesota from Canadian forest fires. Yeah. Sorry about the fires. We had it last week, was really hazy here for us. And so we did not have good, we couldn't even go outside for a few days. Oh no, we couldn't go outside. We didn't go outside because it was not very, the air was really bad. So they said to stay inside. I'm going to do this one just plain and simple like this on the middle here. And so, and I don't like to do too many sympathy cards, but we kind of need some right now. And so we had sadness in our lives, so I need a sympathy card. And this sympathy card, let's see what, I'm just going to, I think that would be good on pink maybe, or, no, that's gone. That blends in too much, or white. Lost your sound, restarting, didn't help. Uh-oh. Can anybody else hear me? Let me just, can anyone hear me? All right, let me see, because my microphone is on, so hopefully, sadly, there's no CC turned on. I don't know if I can do CC turned on when I am live. Yes, we can hear you and see you. Okay, so Susan, I don't know. I don't think I can do CC when I'm live. Let me just see here. Hear you just fine. Okay. Susan. Watch this. Okay, so I'm just going to stop for 1 second here, and we're going to try something. And so I'm going to switch screens, and we're going to go here. And if you are in YouTube, if you can hit here, and this button here will actually show you the volume, so you can actually increase the volume or decrease it. That might be a possibility for you, or it could also be on your sound here. You have an option for sound, which I can't see. So maybe that's part of it. So, so hopefully that can help you out, Susan. Now we're going to go back to, I hopefully was able to help Susan out there. If not, I don't know what to say. Thanks. Can figure out from just watching. All right. So I'm not sure. I think I'm going to go with the pink for this one here. So let me know if you think pink or white for this with sympathy, but I think pink is better. So let me know on that one, and we're going to find another piece of paper here. So I'm just going to leave this here, and then you got this. I don't know about that one. I think that's good there. So we're going to put this here on you got this. And so I'm just putting these together. There's no like super rhyme or reason with them. Some of them will be elevated. Now that I'm putting glue on this one, I probably could have elevated this one, but we're going to put that there. So this is going to go on pink. Now this paper, you can't see it, but one side has kind of got lines and one doesn't. So I like to fold it with the more textured-y side on the outside so that it kind of gives it some fanciness. All right, let's go. And I'm actually gonna elevate this one. Where's my sticky stuff? I'm not very good at putting things down straight, so we're gonna try our best here. All right, just bear with me for 1 second, and then I'm going to put this here. We're going to put this one back down, and I'm going to keep talking. There's a little bit of required brain power on that one because I don't know what happened, but my brain all of a sudden needed to really focus on putting that tape down. So some days the brain just needs a little bit more time to focus on things. Oh, hopefully that didn't go into my tea. Where do you send cards to show what? Sorry, let me put this down here and I'm gonna. So where do you send cards to show you what we made? Oh, okay. So you can send them to Katherine at katherinelearnstuff.com. Let me see if I can. Let me just see if I can show you guys. I'm going to write that out for you here. In my super fanciness, I'm not. Hold on a second. Katherine at katherinelearnstuff.com. All right, I'm gonna put this over here, and we're gonna. No, that's not the right one. So there, that's my email address, Katherine at katherinelearns. There's 2 S's stuff.com. All right, so that's there. So while you guys write that email address down, if you'd like, I don't know how to show it up onto my screen while we're talking here, so I'm just gonna leave that there for a moment. But if you are working with this double-sided foam tape, it has no give. So when you put something down, that's it. It's not going to move. So I put this card down and it's not totally straight, but it's straight enough. So once you use the double-sided foam tape, you're SOL if it doesn't work. This next one is going to go on white because I think that needs a white pop. And again, this paper is like flat on one side and a little bit like liney textured on the other. So that's what we got there. Now, I do a lot of cards, and actually I needed a card the other day and I got in trouble. Well, I didn't need a card, my kids needed a card. And I got in trouble that I didn't have any cards like ready to go and in like my card bin. They're like, and so my kids were like, no, those cards were no good. They were not fancy enough. And then someone said that card was too bubbly. And I was like, guys, come on, man. Like, if you don't like my cards, make your own. But I got in trouble that I didn't have the right kind of card. And I said, well, I'm sorry it's taken me so long to make cards on my website, but it's just like, we've got this. I like that. This is nice. I'm really impressed with how these cards are turning out, everybody. All right, what do we need next? Father's Day. Father's Day! Come on. Focus, people. Focus. We have Father's Day coming up, so let's do Father's Day. We got some Father's Days, and I like how nice the white's popping on these ones. Let's see if that one's... I got 1, 2, and maybe... Let's see what we got here for Father's Day. Dads don't really like flowers, do they? Do Dad like flowers? Perfect. 1, 2, 3 Father's Day cards. I think that's good. But I think I'm going to put some color accents behind here. Let me just find my paper bin. I will one day organize my paper. I promise you guys. I promise I will organize my paper. But I'm just... It's such like a task to organize paper. Oh, it doesn't do it for me. Put that one there. Happy Father's Day like that? No, I don't like that. This yellow is really nice poppy color. I'm going to put we'll do that one there. No. So we're going to do a little bit here. So, let's see. That one's not a straight line. My daughter came downstairs the other day into my workspace and she made herself a whole bunch of bookmarks. And I love her to pieces and she's fantastic, don't get me wrong. But she decided to like use the middle of a piece of paper and leave me with like random odds and ends of a card. And I thought, could we just like, I know I waste a lot of paper. Now I'm not gonna like lie about this because I do waste a lot of paper, but could we like, strategically cut off the edges instead of just like cutting off the middle of the card? And so she didn't get in trouble or anything like that, but I thought that's funny because like I have these really nice pieces of paper and now they have like, I've got these like punch things and one of them is it looks like a puzzle piece, and she punched the pieces in the middle of the paper. So now I've got these really nice pieces of paper with a punch in the middle, and I thought, well, that's not going to work for me, but whatever. So now I've got to work around like these weird holes, and this is going to go here like this, that one there. I'm going to quickly, I think Father's Day is just going to go blue like this here. And so this one's going to go, trying to sort of line this up with these lines on the sides here to make it sort of look symmetric. And this one needs a background. I think I'm maybe going to do, I don't know if I'm going to do maybe black to make it pop. Just bear with me, see what colors I got here in my bin of goodies. Yeah, I think black will look good there. So maybe that one there. Now, I speak about my daughter leaving me weird pieces of paper, but this is like a leftover piece of paper that I saved because I also like to waste paper. But I always feel bad for throwing paper out because there's always like, maybe I'll use it for something. And then I'm terrible at storing paper because I have this big bin of stuff that I just throw scraps into. And I need to organize it just so that it's like easier to work with, but we'll see. I think I cut this piece wrong. That's okay, we'll make this work. So I cut this piece a little bit too close to the edge here, but I'm going to actually cut the corners in a second. So we're going to glue this on and cut these corners. And I'll show you, I did the same thing. I'm going to do a graduation card next, I think, once I'm done these Father's Day ones. Okay, where's my scissors? Did not put my scissors away. Now they're hiding under somewhere. I'm just going to cut these corners a little bit. No, I got to snip this first. I don't like how... Ah! Sorry, we're good. We're good, we're good. So I didn't put this perfectly straight here, and I'm just going to fix this up here. I just need like a smidgen off the top and a smidgen off the bottom, and then I'm going to cut the corners maybe. That's better. I don't even need to cut the corners, and I think that looks nice. It pops a little bit more with the 1,000 colors, and I'm going to put some tape, foam tape here behind this to pop it a bit more, because, you know, why not? And so when I was cutting out the sentiments earlier today, because I didn't have a chance to do it beforehand, I thought it would be neat to cut some kind of in like weird lines, and so I'll show you that on the next card that we do here. And all these Father's Day cards I think are just going to go on white because that's why. There's no reason, but we'll do a double check on colors, but I think white will look the best with these ones. And I'm doing 3 Father's Day cards strategically because I've got 3 kids, and so everyone needs to have a card. And bam, done. I think that looks good. So 3 Father's Day cards, and those are going to go on white, I think. That looks good on white. That looks good on white, and yeah, we're going to go white for all these 3. So I'm going to put these aside for now, and they're just going to go white in a second. And I'm going to just walk you through this guy here or this guy here. Let me just hold on a second. I've got a bunch of these. I just want to show you because we're already running out of time. It's just like we started and we're already running out of time. So I cut, well, it's not a good example. I cut this one last week. I did a terrible job and it's way too big, so it's not going to make the cut. But I did, just like these guys here. Sorry. Okay. So I cut these kind of like weird shapes just because they're kind of a weird shape. So when we put them onto something, let me just find something to put them onto. So if we're to do like a graduation cap, so the lines are a little bit off on this card, and so the lines on this are a bit off too. So I could line this up here and have it as a graduation hat on there, or I could do like a smaller one and just have it sort of in the middle, or put the diploma, or this one here. So just like random things so that they're not, so that they can go. But I think I like this one here, this big one on here, kind of like that. But I'm actually going to elevate it to give it a little bit more pop. So, and now we're going to watch me mess this up because I'm using the foam tape, and the foam tape has no give, so I got to line it up perfectly before I tape it down. So, all right. Now, if you know how to use foam tape better than I do, because I like to always try to like bend it the last minute and then it warps everything else. You can like, this stuff actually works pretty nicely, like bending it around, but you have to sort of slowly do it and plan for it. You can't just squish it down after the fact, because then your card will start, the sentiment will actually start to bend a little bit on the top side, and that doesn't look nice. Okay, I'm stuck. All right, so we're going to try to line this up here. Like that. Perfect. Okay. Let's see. Is that going to look nice on white? I think that looks good on white. What do you guys think? So I've got an option of green. Or this brown. The brown might actually look kind of nice. Let me know. Brown, green, or white. Brown, green, or white. So those are the choices. Now I'm going to put this here for a second, and I got to fold a bunch of these white ones because we've got to finish some cards before this day is over. Because I always plan to do, oh, I've got one vote for brown. Okay. I always plan to do 1,000 things during the week, and then the week gets away from me. And Thursday is a busy day, just with this live, and then trying to sort of wrap up everything from the week before, from the beginning of the week. And so we're going to go with brown. Oh, white. There's a fight now. Okay, so let's see who's going to win. I need one more vote. Brown. I'll show you again here. Brown or white. I need one more vote in to break the tie. So someone's got to vote. White or brown. I can't vote because I'm a biased participant. And I don't know how to tell colors which ones match. So you guys have to pick this. I need one more voter. Brown or white. I'm gonna have some tea while we wait. We're not going anywhere till we settle this, so I need someone to vote. I laugh. We can go home when we need to. Or we can already be at home and not worry about it. But anyone else gonna vote for me? I'm gonna just finish these Father's Day cards so that I've got those ready for this weekend. Because it turns out it's Father's Day this weekend. And, oh, I've made some shirt designs. I haven't put them up at the shop yet because I've just been busy. But I'm going to be making the shirts tonight, so they should all be up at the shop tomorrow. There's 4 of them maybe. And they're kind of like dad joke shirts because, you know, dads like dad jokes. Brown is good too. Ooh. Guys, I think I'm gonna go brown only because I have a bunch of white backgrounds, and I like to lie to myself that I can't buy new supplies unless I run out of supplies. And so when you're doing this, make sure you're putting this the right way, because it would really suck if you put the card upside down. All right, we're gonna go brown. I tell myself I can't buy new supplies unless I've used my supplies, but now I only have, sadly, 3 pieces of green paper, and I have no more blue or brown or pink or the bright green that I used to have. So now I have to go buy some more scraps, some more supplies at the store. So we're going to go with brown. And now I can tell myself that I'm allowed to buy more supplies. And we're going to put this here. I think brown looks nice because it's a little bit of a different color. So we're going to do that. All right. Ah! I'm going to not step on this as I drop it on the floor. So I get to go buy some more scraps, they're not scraps, they're more supplies, because these are actually, this paper, I get it at my local Dollarama, because that's what we have here in town, but it's really nice for cards, because all you need to do is fold it in half, and it's the perfect size for a card. All right, that's there. Okay, so we're going to pause here for a second. I'm going to move some stuff out of the way. So if you made these cards like with this size, it was like 8 1/4 by 4 1/2-ish. I'll leave a link in the video description how to make envelopes that fit this size, so that you can have envelopes now for all this, because I don't buy envelopes, I don't buy cards, so we've got like this sort of dilemma. So we're just going to quickly do a quick recap. Got our nice graduation card. I think that brown looks really nice on there. Father's Day, Father's Day, Father's Day, Very nice. I like this. You got this one. I'm not sure what I'm going to give it to someone for, but I like this one. Maybe I'll give it to myself. Sympathy. I like the pink on there. And then a thinking of you. So I think they all turned out pretty good. So if you guys made these cards, or if you tried some, or you did some with scraps and you followed along, be sure to drop me a note here. Let me put this back up on the screen here. That's my email address. You can email me. And if you've got a copy, like if you made some, drop me an email and show me what they turned out like, because I love to see what they look like. And now, I was going to say, okay, so back to me here for a second. So like I said before, I have now this pile of sentiments, and I still have some that I haven't finished, so I'm going to do those offline because we're running out of time here. We're already at half an hour, and I don't like to keep you guys too long because we do need to do other things than crafting. We don't, but we should. Maybe we should do things other than crafting, like, you know, make dinner for our kids. So I can't craft all day. But we have all these sentiments. So now all these sentiments that we have, if you've got like these cards, you can just pop it on top, fold it in half, glue it on, and you're done. So I'm going to keep all these sentiments and have these ready for later, but I'm also going to make some more, get these last ones finished up, so I've got sort of sentiments. But even just leaving these blank, like this, and then being like, oh, I need a thank you card, then you can just sort of add it onto one of these backgrounds that you've already made. So that's that. Now this is going to give me, I think, 12 or 15 cards, which should last me through the weekend because we've got a bunch of birthdays for the kids and stuff. But that's sort of the idea. So next week, if you are here sort of every week with me, next week I had a request to go over slowly, and I've got a different setup now so I can actually hopefully show you better with my cursor, but going over how to make sort of sentiments like this, or finding designs like this, or something like that for cards or other crafts using Canva for free. So next week we're going to sit at the computer and we're going to work on Canva. So if you want to learn that, that's what next week's plan is, unless something like unforeseeable happens, but that's the plan for now. And then make sure you drop me an email with your cards that you've made, and I think that's it for now. I don't have any, I got no summits going on right now, but I will have my new shirts up at the shop by tomorrow for Father's Day. Last minute, I'm sorry, but you can make shirt quick. It's like 1, 2, 3, maybe 15 minutes. You can make like 5 shirts. So, and there's one dad for Father's Day, so hopefully maybe 1, 2, and then you can just make a few shirts if you need to. So those will be at the shop. And that's it for now. So thank you everyone so much for coming and watching, and I will see you guys next week. Happy crafting.